Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. It's time to plan for November 2020 and I honestly can't believe that it's November 2020 already and that 2021 is just in 2 months. So why not make the best use of the last 2 months in 2020 and go into 2021 as a person who has grown in a year, who has made a lot of changes, who has worked on themselves and who really likes the current version of them. So let's get started. So the first thing we'll start off is the word of the month. So the word of this month is balance. So the reason I've chosen balance as the word of this month is because number one, I really have to establish that balance between my work and life. That is just so important for me this month, and not just for this month, but also once the colleges reopen. I think that's one very important thing for me. The second reason why my word for the month is balance is because I also want to maintain a lot of balance between my mental health and my physical health. This is also so important for me. My physical health even more than my mental health, because I feel like my mental health, I do work on it quite often. I kind of understand what is going wrong and what is going right, when am I getting triggered and all of it. But with my physical health, it's not just doing well. I need to pay more attention to what I'm eating. I need to pay more attention to balancing out the food that I'm eating. So if I am probably craving ice cream, I can eat ice cream, but I need to eat it in a limit. I have to balance it out. So that's the reason balance is the word for this month, and I really hope that by the end of this month I do establish that balance between everything I want to. And for the goals of November 2020, I've slightly switched up the system of how I set my goals. So instead of setting either 3 big goals or only the habits that I want to inculcate this month, I started doing a new thing where I set goals for myself in around 6 to 7 aspects of my life. So the 6 aspects of my life that I'm currently focusing on is health, mindset, self-care, enjoy, personal and work. So what I do is every single month I set around 2 to 3 small goals for each of these aspects that I further break down into habits so they're easily actionable. So instead of saying establish work-life balance, my goal would be to get off work at 8:30 p.m. So that's how you really do it. So instead of saying I want to lose weight, maybe talk about how you want to lose weight. That's your goal. So the way I want to lose weight is by cutting out sugar from my diet. So I'm saying 30 days of no sugar challenge. So that's how you really have to set goals and just divide these goals into these 6 aspects. So you're more mindful about all the aspects of your life and you're not just focusing on one of these aspects. So let me quickly take you through what all my goals for this month are. So my health goals for this month are 30 days of no sugar, which I've already mentioned. I want to cut down sugar as much as possible, except in the natural form. I will still be consuming sugar in the natural form, but anything that's processed food, anything like Bonvita or donuts or all of that, I will be cutting down on them. The next thing I want to focus is my water intake. I feel like my water intake has slightly reduced a bit. I used to drink a lot more water. So this month I will focus on drinking at least 4 liters of water every single day. And finally, the third goal that I have for my health is walking and yoga. I want to walk for at least 30 to 45 minutes every single evening, and I want to attend my yoga classes regularly, which is 5 days a week. So I want to make sure that I do both of these very diligently this month, because I want to take my health very seriously. I want to take my fitness very seriously this month. So these are the 3 goals that I have for health. When it comes to my mindset goals, my goals for this month is to journal every single morning, and I have a couple of journaling prompts that I use every single morning to journal, even if I don't feel like it, because I feel like the reason I get bored of journaling is because I'm kind of writing the same thing again and again. But with these journaling prompts, every single day I'm thinking about a different aspect of my life, and that kind of gets me excited to journal every single day. So that is one thing I want to do. Another thing I want to really inculcate into my routine every single day is 10 minutes of meditation. So meditation is something that my mom tried to inculcate into my life ever since I was in 4th grade or so, but I always just shunned it out because I felt like it wasn't for me and I didn't like doing it. But I know how impactful meditation can be, and I want to really feel that impact in my life as well. So this month I'll also try figuring out how to stick to the habit of meditation. And my third goal for mindset is manifestation journaling. So manifestation journaling is the journaling you do where you write about your deepest desires, you write about what you really want in life, and you write it in such a way that you already have it. So in general, you're manifesting what you really want. It works like a vision board, but it's just more written form rather than a visual form, and this is something you do imagining yourself to be the person you are. which is what really motivates you to be the person you are. So manifestation journaling is also something I've been trying to inculcate into my life. The next goals that I'll be talking about is self-care goals. So my first goal for this month in terms of self-care is to read 3 books. So I have a lot of books that are lying in my bookshelf right in front of me right now, but I haven't read a lot of books this year. I'm not sure why. I'm always excited to buy books for sure, and it's just that I read 1 book a month or a maximum of 2 books a month. But I know for a fact that I want to read more books. It's just that I need to figure out how to inculcate it into my routine in a more effective way. So for this month, I want to read 3 books at least. And my second self-care goal is to detach from my phone. So this month I realized that I was pretty much addicted to my phone. I remember uninstalling Instagram when my exams were coming close, and I realized that very unintentionally I was looking for Instagram in my app gallery, and I did not even want to get on Instagram. It was just very unintentionally. It was just something my brain was doing, and that's the reason I want to detach from my phone this month. I want to make sure I spend less time on my phone and I spend more time on books or doing other stuff that really help me relax and spark more creativity as well. So that's the second self-care goal that I have for this month. The next goals that I've set for myself are enjoyment goals. So for enjoyment goals, I have 2 goals, and the first one is 1 episode every day. So this basically means that every single day, no matter how busy I am, I'm going to be watching 1 episode. This is the only goal I literally achieve every single month, and I just go above and beyond with this goal. I don't watch just 1 episode, but I watch 2 to 3 episodes every single day with this goal. But I'm going to reduce it, and I'm going to ensure that I'm only watching 1 episode a day so that the balance is there and not just going towards the extremities of something. The second enjoyment goal that I have is to dance every day. So dancing is something I absolutely love. It is one of my most favorite things. I have been a Kuchipudi dancer since I was very young, and I stopped classical dancing around 5 to 6 years ago. But even after I stopped dancing, I really love dancing. I love freestyle, I love western, I love classical, I like all of it. And while I'm not really doing classical dancing anymore, I do a lot of freestyle and western dancing at home itself. I don't go to any classes for it. So I love dancing, and I feel like this is one thing that really takes a lot of stress off me. It's one thing that helps me really truly enjoy myself and also embrace the person that I am. I think that's very important for me, to fall in love with myself, because self-love is just so important. We all know that. So dancing every day is also one of my goals. This is a goal that I stick to quite religiously, but I want to do it every single day rather than missing out days here and there. So those are my enjoyment goals for this month. So moving on to my personal goals, I have 2 personal goals this month. The first one is to spend at least 30 minutes learning every single day. So as a content creator, as a business coach, or even as a person, I think it's very important that we spend at least 30 minutes learning something new every single day. I think that's the only way that we can truly really grow and become the best version of ourselves, like I always keep saying. And then finally, talking about my work goals, my first work goal is to stop working by 8:30 p.m. And the reason I've set that goal for myself is because I know for a fact that I waste a lot of time during the day. I spend 3 to 4 hours doing nothing but just browsing on my phone, which I can really cut down and finish work and then spend more time with my family and also establish that work-life balance I've been talking about. So that's my first goal for this month. And the second goal that I have for this month is to really stay on top of my work, which is very important. I tend to keep my work for the last minute, which I don't really like. I tend to plan in advance, but none of those plans really work out. So one of my main goals this month is also to stay on top of my work, so I'm not rushing around doing anything in the last minute. So these are my goals for this month, and now let's talk about my reading list for the month. So the first book that's on my reading list is The Expert Secrets by Russell Brunson. So this is a book that talks about marketing strategies and sales strategies, and recently I've been taking a lot of interest in books about entrepreneurship and business and all of that, and I've kind of really started getting intrigued by sales psychology, sales mindset, and all those strategies that goes into making a business successful. So my mentor recommended this book to me, and needless to say, this book was really nice. I'm around 1/4 through the book, and I'm already implementing a lot of these strategies into my business, which is absolutely amazing. And then the next book that's on my reading list this month is The One Thing by Gary Keller. So this book basically talks about how you should focus on one thing of a project to get the maximum result out of it. So I haven't really read the book. It was a book that was suggested to me by someone, and I wanted to really read it because apparently it talks a lot about time management and setting systems in your life and all of that, which I I really need at this point. So that's the second book. So the third book that's on my reading list this month is The Girl Code by Cara Alville. This is a book that I bought almost a month ago, and I also read half of the book, but this month I'm going to be finishing this book. So this book is all about female entrepreneurship. It is a compilation of stories of a number of female entrepreneurs who have started from scratch and grown their businesses to be a 6-figure business, a 7-figure business, or even beyond that. And it's just very inspirational to see all these women do so well, and it kind of motivates you to do very well too. And it just talks about all these things that you should know while getting into a business. It talks about the mindset, the kind of work you'll have to put in, and just the life of a female entrepreneur. If you are someone who's interested in entrepreneurship, you should absolutely read this book. And the next thing that I've also set for myself this month is my learning list. So on my learning list this month, I have 2 courses. The first course is NLP for beginners. So NLP is nothing but neuro-linguistic programming. This talks about mindset shifts. This talks about limiting beliefs and the kind of words you're supposed to use in order to, really trust yourself more and help you become a better version of yourself. So NLP is not just useful for growing on a personal level, but it's also super useful when it comes to business mindset, sales mindset, and marketing strategies. So this is one course that I'm taking up this month, which is on Udemy. The second course that I'm taking up is on Skillshare. So this is a course where it talks about creativity for self-care, and it's a course that I've been wanting to take for at least 4 to 5 months now, but I just don't do it because I keep wasting my time on Netflix instead. So because I had anyway set myself a goal for sitting and learning for 30 minutes a day, I'm going to be working on these 2 courses this month. And finally, we have the affirmations that I've set for myself this month. So affirmations are also super important. These are things that will really reprogram the way you think about yourself. These are things that will really help you overcome your limiting beliefs and become the best version of yourself, like I always keep saying. So my affirmations for this month are: I welcome financial, emotional, and physical abundance into my life. I welcome even more love, success, happiness, inner peace, and clarity. This is the first affirmation. And the second affirmation is: I am attracting new clients each and every day. So the point of these affirmations is to read these every day and to really say these to yourself every single day, because then what happens is when you're constantly saying a certain something, you start believing it. For example, when someone tells you that maybe you're fat, you start believing that you're fat. So the more people start saying you're fat, you start believing that you're fat, even if you're not really fat. In a similar way, affirmations do the opposite. With affirmations, we make it a positive change in ourselves. So when I tell myself every day that I am attracting new clients each and every day, I start believing it and I'm starting to manifest it as well. And that's the power of affirmations. They make you believe in yourself more. They make you believe in your abilities. And that's the reason affirmations are very important. Generally, what people do is they put these on post-it notes on their mirrors and they repeat these statements while looking at themselves in the mirror. So essentially, they're telling it to themselves. They're telling that, hey, listen, you are a very beautiful person, or you are attracting new clients every single day. And that's basically making yourself believe in your power and your potential. So that's the reason I decided to also start doing affirmations this month, also as a part of one of my mindset goals, which was manifestation. So this is my November plan, and believe me or not, everything that I just walked you through, it took me 20 minutes to write down. So 20 minutes is all you need to sit down and plan for a new month. No matter how busy you are, if you just sit down and plan for 20 minutes, a lot more things will get clearer. You'll be more motivated and inspired to achieve your goals, and you'll be a step closer to them, of course. So yes, planning is absolutely important, and I have a little activity for you guys. So once you're done planning, I want you to really come into the comments and tell me what your top goals are for this month in order to motivate everyone in the community and also motivate yourself. Because when you're telling it to people, you're more committed to achieving it because the accountability factor is always there. So make sure to tell me what your goals are in the comments below, and you can absolutely send me pictures of your whole November plan with me on Instagram. I would love to see them, and I would love to speak to you as well, because these are things that build a community, and these are things that help you grow as a person, and that makes me super happy. So this is what I've planned for November, and let's make the best out of what we have in 2020. We just have 2 months, so let's make these our best months in 2020. And also, if you need more planning inspiration, make sure to check these 2 videos right here, because these are my other Plan With Me videos that I'm sure you'll absolutely love. And with that, I'm going to be seeing you super soon, and until then, bye bye.